Damn. What's inside? Eyes for adventure.
Yeah lah, just bag a shirt.
Okay, good enough.
Good morning, the time now is 4:26 AM, and if you're wondering exactly why on earth we are here so early in the morning, that's because we're actually on our third Fuel Economy Challenge this year. Now, what makes this Fuel Economy Challenge so different is that we're doing it this time with a brand that you might not associate with being economical throughout its long history. But I think that might change very soon because this particular brand, as you can already see behind me, has just released a new car. It's called the all-new Subaru Forester e-Boxer Hybrid, and it marks the first ever full hybrid that we've gotten from Subaru. So we're actually going to take this car out today, all the way from Singapore up north to Hat Yai. And also I think this is a really good time for us to spend some extended period of time with the car because it's just been launched. Everyone's curious about what it's like to live with, right? You can see the cars already lined up here. I'm not too sure which one we're getting, but traditionally I feel like blue has always been a good vibe for me, so I hope we get that. And Alright, so we are officially across the border and now into the first leg of our Great Subaru Challenge. We're actually going to be doing an economy challenge. Further down in the day, we'll actually have to make it to our next stop based on speed. So it's really going to be like a mixture of different strategies, I guess. And then ultimately, when we reach Hat Yai at the end of the day, that's when they're going to take the final fuel economy readings. After nearly 2 hours of driving, we are almost at our first stop. One way or another, we have found ourselves ahead of the pack. And just a status update on where we've gotten the car's fuel efficiency down to. We've gotten it to 5.2 litres per 100 km, which is the equivalent of 19.2 km per litre. As mentioned, we didn't do anything crazy. We've gotten the air conditioning on the entire time. And yeah, in fact, my hands are a bit chilly from driving 2 hours with the vents blowing at my fingers. So it's been a very, very comfortable drive so far. Okay, so the results of the first challenge have been announced, and unfortunately we did not win. The winner goes to the white car over there, which got average fuel consumption figure of 5.1 litres per 100 km and has 960 kilometers worth of range left on the tank. Our next challenge is going to be a speed run of sorts from here to Tapa. It's going to be a 3-hour drive. I'm going to be passenger princess for that drive, and yeah, maybe we will make up some lost ground over there. Okay, so I do apologize for the misinformation. We are not doing a speed run right now. We're just going to do a 3-hour drive to lunch, which in itself actually is quite a challenge. Yeah, as mentioned, I'm now the passenger princess. Clarence has taken over driving duties. Clarence, how do you feel about your first ever fuel efficiency challenge?
I'm quite excited actually, and this is a great car. I mean, this is just like my first minute in the car, but already, oh, the seats feel great. The sitting position is excellent.
Right.
Great visibility, yeah.
We have driven nearly 500 kilometers already. We've gotten the fuel consumption figure down to 5.1 litres per 100 km, which is, I think, kind of like the lower limit that we have found ourselves already. Trying to keep a constant speed, not going too fast. And in the meantime, we've also been battling stuff like rain, as we are right now still, as well as traffic jams.
Thank God there's a adjustable lumbar support.
Hi!
Go, let's go. Wow, God.
Alright, so we are on the third leg of the drive where we were kind of sprung a surprise, as I mentioned earlier, to complete this speed challenge now. All the teams opted to have their food on the go. Later on, Clarence will show you that we actually have the Subway in the car with us right now. Probably going to lose a bit of fuel efficiency on this part of the drive, but it's only going to be an hour, so hopefully we can, kind of like have a compromise trade-off between speed now and then going more again in the direction of fuel efficiency later on. After more than 12 hours on the road, we are finally in Hat Yai. I don't think I'm gonna inundate you guys with figures anymore. We are just gonna end the first day off here today. Gonna head for dinner and then have a good rest because we have more exciting plans lined up for tomorrow. So greetings from the shores of Hat Yai, where we are facing the Gulf of Thailand right behind me, and we've brought the Forester Hybrid to this semi-off-roadish spot. I mean, it's kind of just flat grass, but still pretty cool to see the car on grass and mud instead of just tarmac, and I think that's kind of the environment that the Forester belongs in. We are going to do a proper review of the Forester Hybrid back in Singapore. So first of all, let's talk styling. You can tell that this Forester is markedly different from its predecessor. You still get all those very muscular notes, like the fact that we have basically what is a very boxy and chunky SUV. We have plastic wheel arches here, but still a very muscular front. And I think that in the sea of cars today that might either feel overly minimalist, over the top, Forester stands out very well with its own muscular character. After 2 days, we have really grown to appreciate this mix of physical controls amidst the newfound digitalization that the Forester has. We have this portrait-style touchscreen over here, a retention of analog gauge clusters with a LCD screen in the middle. So it's not the most modern setup, admittedly, especially against your EVs, right, that are coming out today. This system is still very nice to operate and also live with over the longer term because of all these physical controls that we still have. You can abuse it and it'll be fine sort of quality to it, which I think is something that we've already expected from Subaru all along, and you still get this on the Subaru Forester Hybrid now. There are some newfound touches of just these extra little touches in the interior that give it a bit more of an upmarket feel. So first of all, we get this parametric pattern on the dashboard. Over here, it's not just aesthetic and visual, you can actually feel it over here. And also there's this kind of contrasting stitching over here, and also this sweet material on the doors. So it's not like it's an entirely dull space, even if it's robust feeling. And of course, we have not been using the rear seats this time around, obviously, because there's only 2 of us on the drive. But I think one thing that people have always loved about the Forester is just how practical and spacious it is. I'm 1.74 meters tall. This is the amount of legroom I'm getting with my ideal driving position, and the amount of headroom I'm getting, which is generous for this size considering its boxy shape. That, coupled with the fact that you also get quite a cavernous boot in the rear, means that the Forester continues to retain all those qualities that we've loved from past iterations. Although, of course, there is a twist now. And the final thing I want to note is the fact that technically the Subaru formula hasn't really changed all that drastically. You still get your symmetrical all-wheel drive, you get your box engine, all those qualities that have become so associated by the brand and so beloved by its fans. The Forester perhaps marks a step in a new direction for the brand, where efficiency is also thrown into the mix. And I think that with this car, Subaru has done that very well. So we've just properly refueled the Forester for the first time on the trip. Okay, admittedly, we did get 5 liters of fuel from a jerry can yesterday, but that doesn't count as a proper refuel. Today we had the first proper refuel. For the leg down, we have been given kind of free rein to go ham with the car basically, drive it exactly as we would when traveling through Malaysia. And the team is still pretty confident that the car can deliver good fuel efficiency. Yeah, I'm actually really quite excited to see how the FC is like even when we're driving at this speed. But I think that the other thing that we're also going to get to experience today is how this car feels at speed, like when really properly cruising in Malaysia, which is what I think a lot of buyers will be interested in, right? If you want to take this up north. So we're doing our final petrol stop now before heading back across the border, and as mentioned, we didn't do any sort of efficient driving today. It's really just pushing the car at highway speeds, in fact doing speeds that we would not be able to do in Singapore. We've managed a fuel consumption figure of 7.2 litres per 100 km, which, and with our driving patterns, this will translate to about nearly 840 kilometers on a full tank. Again, bearing in mind that this is a large SUV with a 2.5 litre engine, all-wheel drive. Yeah, that's the kind of efficiency we're getting on the Forester Hybrid with very normal driving in Malaysian conditions, Malaysian highway conditions. And I think that is honestly quite impressive. Alright guys, so after 12 hours on the road, night has fallen yet again. We are finally on our home stretch, about 1 hour away from the second link border. And that is bringing our time with the Forester Hybrid on this great Subaru adventure to a close. So yeah, it's really been a good time with the car. I think it's a wonderful evolution for Subaru as a brand, and I think it's a very convincing first hybrid as well as a very compelling family car. That was our 3 days on this great Subaru adventure with the all-new Subaru Forester Hybrid. What are your thoughts on this car? And also, is the road trip up to Thailand one that you will undertake yourself? Let us know in the comments. And if you like this video, don't forget to hit the like, share and subscribe buttons, and follow us on TikTok at Sgcarmart. We'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye!